Alongside that, it gives that additional point to your answer. It makes it look more impressive and more knowledgeable and more professional as well. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video that is for our CS professional students. I hope you have watched the last video that I posted yesterday, that is how to clear CS professional in first attempt. If not, I'll put the link in the I button above so that you can go and watch that video. So this video is again for the CS professional students, that is how to write answers in CS professional exams. But before that, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm CS Jaspreet. I make videos for CA, CS, CMA students as well as members, a motivational video on Monday, a planning tips video on Wednesday, and a fun video on Saturday. And this video is just like a bonus video for our students because as exams are approaching, I just wanted to share some tips on the correct approach of writing CS professional exams. So let's get started. First tip, quote correct section numbers, rule numbers, provisions, case names, form numbers, like whatever required. Quote it. So in the last video, I told you do learn the section numbers, rule numbers, provision numbers, case names. Why did I told you? To quote them, because it will definitely put a very, very good impression on the examiner and it will show up that you are ready to be a professional. So this is something we want to tell the examiner. You want to tell the examiner that now it's high time and now you're ready to become a professional. So it's important to quote all the relevant sections, all the relevant provisions. If any form number is required, quote it. And the subjects like MCDS, they do require the case names also, the authorities that decided the case, like all these things. This is my first very, very important and yet very basic tip. It will help you, write your answers in the correct way and it will give you confidence in writing the remaining answer. Like starting the answer with the correct section number or rule number or form number or case name, just imagine it will automatically give you that confidence that whatever I'm writing will be right. This is very, very important that you do quote the correct rule number, the correct section number, provision number, form number, case name, whatever is required, just quote it, but do take care that they are correct, right? Don't quote the wrong section numbers. Now, this is also very, very important. If you are not sure or if you don't know, please don't quote the wrong section numbers. Just write according to a section from the so and so act, right? Yeah, according to the relevant provision mentioned in so and so act, right? Yeah, according to the form given in so and so act. Don't quote wrong section numbers or wrong case names or wrong provisions or wrong form numbers. Better don't quote them, right? मतलब गलत लिखने की कोशिश मत करो कि बस हम कुछ लिख दें, because that will give that negative impact that you don't know and you are trying to give some wrong answer, right? So don't do that. If you don't know it, don't quote it. Secondly, answer everything asked in the questions. Now, I was going through the previous year question papers of professional exams and I came across few questions that are asking like 3 to 4 things. So while you are reading the question, make sure that you understand what all things are asked in the question. I came across few questions that were asking 4 to 5 things and then in the answer, like everything was answered. So you should know what all things are asked in the question, क्योंकि जो marks भी examiner देंगे आपको, वो उसी हिसाब से देंगे that whether you have answered all the parts or not. All the parts will be assigned 1 or 2 marks according to the marks given to the question. So this is also very important. If you want to score good, do take care that whatever is asked in the question, answer everything. Don't skip any part because every part carries marks. I came across such questions which were asking for 4 to 5 things in the same questions. So do answer all the parts or do answer whatever is asked in the question. The questions where there are sub parts, they are easy to answer, right? There you know कि हाँ इस sub part का ये answer है, इस sub part का ये answer है. But sometimes what happens, they put everything in one question और एक ही question में 3-4 चीजें पूछी गई होती हैं. So there you get that problem of skipping the parts, and the moment you'll skip the parts, you'll also skip the marks, because the examiner knows, and the examiner will give you marks according to the parts that you have answered, right? And they will not give you any mark if you have skipped or if you have missed any part. So remember this, that जो भी क्वेश्चन में पूछा जाए, जितनी भी चीजें पूछी जाए, you have to answer everything. Third, do write the start and conclusion of every answer. Now I have gave this tip to executive students as well as a bonus tip, because I believe this is very, very important. And sometimes keeping this in mind, that you don't have to write excess, you don't have to write extra, we actually forget to even start the question properly. You can start the question with a very nice start, like whatever is asked in the question, just make a base of that, right? Just don't start abruptly that, okay, this is asked and I will answer like this. You just need to make that effort. And with that, I am not saying to write too much. You just have to make that a little base of whatever is asked in the question. You can even refer to the guideline answers, how institute suggests you to write the answers, because that is something important. And you would see that there is a little start to every question. They try to give that little start to your answer. It forms that base, and alongside that, it gives that additional point to your answer. It makes it look more impressive and more knowledgeable and more professional as well. Secondly, do you conclude your answer? इतना पढ़ने के बाद, when the examiner reached the end of your answer, is your answer concluding, right? आपने end में लिखा conclusion जो पूछा गया था question में. This is also very, very important. If you're not concluding your answer, it will seem that you have left it in between, right? The examiner should also understand कि okay, now the answer is ended. Make like a short separate paragraph of your conclusion of your question, conclusion of your answer, that this was asked in the question and therefore this is the answer, or hence this is the conclusion. So do conclude your answers. This is very, very important, and this is something that the examiner, even after reading your full-fledged answer, your good explanations, he will again get to know that that what exactly was asked and you are answering exactly what was asked. So do conclude your answers and do make a little base or a little start to your questions. And fourth, write the formats, write the formulas very neatly, very cleanly. Now, do follow the formats. Suppose you're writing the resolutions, तो resolve that जैसे लिखा जाता है वैसे ही लिखो, right? Don't miss the commas, जिनके बीच में the double commas, जिनके बीच में पूरा resolution लिखा जाता है. Don't miss that. अगर कोई sum आप solve कर रहे हो या किसी formula से कर रहे हो, don't skip to write that. Like never assume कि examiner को पता है. ठीक है, उन्हें तो पता ही है, बट दे आर जजिंग यू, दे आर चेकिंग योर पेपर, एंड योर पेपर शुड बी समथिंग विद अ व्यू पॉइंट कि एग्जामिनर को नहीं पता कि आपको पता है. सो यू हैव टू राइट ईच एंड एवरी फॉर्मेट वेरी क्लियरली, वेरी नीटली. राइट ऑल द फॉर्मूलाज, ऑल द वर्किंग नोट्स, और वट एवर इज आस्क्ड. राइट, ट्राई टू राइट एवरीथिंग एंड डू फॉलो द फॉर्मेट्स, चाहे वो रेजोल्यूशन के फॉर्मेट्स हैं, चाहे वो सम के फॉर्मेट्स हैं, या कोई और नोटिस के फॉर्मेट्स हैं, एजेंडा के formats, like whatever the formats required, follow that. Do write your answer like that only, because उसके भी marks होते हैं, right? So don't go out of the format. टेक केयर ऑफ इट कि जो क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा जा रहा है आप उसका करेक्ट फॉर्मेट में आंसर दो. अलॉन्ग साइड दैट जो भी फॉर्मूलाज लिखने हैं क्लियरली लिखो. डायरेक्टली सम सॉल्व करने मत बैठ जाओ अमाउंट्स डाल के. नो, दैट इज नॉट द करेक्ट वे. एज आई टोल्ड यू दैट एग्जामिनर डज नॉट नो दैट यू नो. सो ट्राई टू राइट फॉर्मूलाज ऑल्सो वेरी नीटली. दीज ऑल थिंग्स कैरी मार्क्स. ठीक है, सो दिस इज़ वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि जितना भी हो सके, जहाँ पे भी आपको लगता है, डोंट स्किप सच थिंग्स. दीज आर लिटिल थिंग्स दैट कैरी मार्क्स एंड दे विल हेल्प यू क्लियर द एग्जाम ऑल्सो. फिफ्थ, write your answer in points or in short paragraphs. Now, if possible, kabhi there are short notes which you can answer in point wise better, so do follow that. Try to answer the short notes in points, या कोई भी answer अगर points में answer हो सकता है, then try to do that, and if not, then write short paragraphs. Don't write lengthy paragraphs, or don't write answers that start from here and they end till here, और एक लंबी सारी कथा आपने लिखी है. Don't do that. Check the guideline answers or check the scanners. You will see there will be no single answer until unless बहुत ही छोटा आंसर है, but जहाँ पे बड़े आंसर्स लिखे जाते हैं, there are short paragraphs. You'll never find something like first word से लेके last word तक एक ही paragraph लिखा है. It is very important because then you will get that that leverage of putting important points in separate paragraphs. You will get that leverage of putting separate provisions, separate sections in separate paragraphs. Don't make it look like a clumsy paper. So make it look neat and clean. You should follow short paragraphs and not a big lengthy paragraph, right? So instead of that, replace it with short paragraphs. Sixth tip, underline your headings. Now, to make your paper more presentable, you can underline your headings and try to write like heading and then explain it from the next line instead of starting it like just after the heading. This is something I have also learned, and I believe that makes your paper look more presentable and very neat and clean, because you have written the heading and then you have started the explanation from the next line. Don't just write it next to it. It will be more, I believe, clear and more neater. And try to underline your heading so that the examiner, the moment he looks at your answer, he understands, okay, these are the headings and this is the explanation. It will be very easy for the examiner also and for you also, ताकि आपकी जो headings हैं वो outshine करें, ताकि पता चल जाए कि ये जो headings हैं वो लिखी गई हैं and these are the star of your answers. So that is important to underline your headings. The next tip is, while solving any practical sums, don't ignore working notes, because you can't let the examiner assume, right? Don't do anything where you leave the examiner assuming कि वो अपने आप सोचता रहे कि यहाँ पे आप कैसे पहुँच गए, right? अब कोई भी working note है तो वो आपको बनाना ही पड़ेगा. Any practical sum which requires working note, make it. एक तो उसमें, and more importantly, that will fetch you marks also, because in any practical sum, right, where working notes are required, basically working notes are the steps where you get marks, that how you reached this amount or how you reached this conclusion, right? तो हर चीज़ जो आपने assume किया, आपने जो formula use किया practical sum में, उसे working note में लिखना मत भूलो, उसे working note में ज़रूर लिखो. तो working notes को कभी skip mat karo, underestimate mat karo, because they will fetch you good marks, right? So yes, these were my little tips for CS professional students, how they can write their answers in exams. This is the correct approach to write the answers. Now again, I would say that these points may seem very basic, but basic things only fetch good marks to you. And try these tips while writing your answer. Do share it with your friends. If you find the video informative, do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done it yet, and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload any video, you get notified. Do follow me on other social medias as well. That is Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter. All the links are in the description box below. Bye.